let's take a look what we can do if we want to introduce our own logic. Let's create our own calculated field to give our own colors. I see here sales is over 400,000. Sales is over 300,000. Here we have 80,000 and here we have 7,000. Okay, let's say everything that's bigger than 250,000 is excellent. Everything between 100,000 and 250,000 is average. And everything below 100,000 is bad. How could we ever do something like that? Because excellent, average, and bad is not available in our data. That's logic I just made up myself. So let's see how we can create this logic in a new field in Tableau. The easiest way to create your own calculated fields is by hovering over this little drop-down arrow next to the word dimensions on the left side. By clicking on this little option arrow, we see we can create a calculated field. You can also create a calculated field by right-clicking in your white space available in Dimensions and Measures and select Create Calculated Field. You can always right-click a field and select Create Calculated Field. On top, you can also do Analysis, Create Calculated Field. I think there must be some way for you to create a calculated field. I'm always gonna go with the little option arrow next to the word Dimensions and choose Create Calculated Field. You should see the following box appearing. And now I'm going to check the Q&A quite often to make sure everyone is following along. Color code the states. Always give your calculations a name so you can easily find them on the left side. It could be that you have hundreds of dimensions and hundreds of measures, and this will make it easy to find what you are looking for. Color the states. I want to color the states based on the value they have. If I hover over these values, I see we are talking about sales. The sales figure we see at this moment, I can also see it is some sales. It is a summarized value for that specific state. Because I have a lot of rows and records that are including the state California. I can't see all of these separate numbers, that's why Tableau aggregates them for me. Make it easy for me. I said if it's bigger than 250, it's good. Between 100,000 and 250,000, it's average. Below 100,000, it's bad. This is basically already giving you the calculation you need. If it's bigger than 250, that means we are going to need an if statement. On the right side, we will always have a possibility of browsing through all of the available calculations or choose them by selecting a specific category. Well, I know it's an if, so I just start typing the word if. Enter. By using if, Tableau immediately jumps to that calculation on the right side in the list and also gives you an explanation of how you should create it. If you don't see this gray box on the right side, this little arrow opens and closes it. If what? Well, if you're not really sure, just use what you've been using in your visualization. If some sales, and just drag it in your calculated field. If, drag it in some sales. You can also type it yourself, some sales. From the moment your sales between brackets is highlighted in orange, it means you are using an existing column. Once more, the easiest way would be if what, drag some sales in your calculated field box. If some sales is bigger than 250,000, then good. The output of my calculated field will be 3 values. The value will be called good, average, or bad. That's why I put it between quotes. It will generate a word for me. It doesn't matter that you use a single quote or a double quote, but if you start with a single, you should end with a single quote as well. Else, let's make it super easy for us. If it's bigger than 250,000, it's good. Between 100,000 and 250,000, it's average, and below 100,000. So let's just use some sales once more, and just take the outliers, let's say, the biggest and the lowest ones. So now just type lower than 100,000. Then it is bad. And if it's not one of these two, it is going to be between them, which means average. If statement in Tableau always has to end with the word end. Very important for everyone to notice, not a single calculation in Tableau ever starts with the equal sign. That's something we purely do in Excel. So if our sum sales, why the sum sales? Because we look at the aggregated number in our underlying visualization as well. If it's bigger than 250,000, then we return the word good. If it's below 100,000, we return the word bad, else average, and end with the word end. From the moment you see the calculation is valid, you are good to go. You can click on OK. Color code states appears here in your measures. Drag it to the color, and you'll see that color has been now indicated by using your own calculated field and the logic you've put behind it. We can still change the colors it has. Someone has a chat. In case someone has to leave, there are two people at this point. We will share the content later on, so don't worry about following what comes next. Thanks for attending though. Okay, so if we continue, let's quickly change the colors because I want to wrap up with creating a proper dashboard. Good should not be the color red because red is always indicating that something is bad, let's say. So good would be the color green, bad would be the color red, and average, let's take yellow. And now we've used our own logic in our own calculated field to make sure we see what we were aiming to see in our dotted or symbol map. So I'm gonna symbol map good, average, bad. Something like that.